and welcome to another big edition of the Ballarat Football Netball League A-Grade Netball Show. Thanks to our friends at McDonald's. My name's Yeendy. I'm joined by Grace. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me. It's good to be back.
You enjoy life up on the coast?
Yeah, it was a great trip for all the girls, great experience and a whole lot of fun. And unfortunately the weather's not as good back here, but it's good to be back all the same.
And the girls went all right up there?
They did. They went really well. They finished probably about third in the finish. Lost to Scotch College from Adelaide in the prelim by 3, and Scotch went on to win it. So yeah, good result, good carnival.
Bit of a demanding sort of carnival as well. A lot of games going on over the week.
Yeah, it was. I think we played 5 on the first day and 4 every day after that. But we did have a lot of downtime as well. The girls got to get to a couple of theme parks and do some surfing lessons and went to the Outback Spectacular. So they did have a lot of time to just relax and enjoy the Gold Coast for what it is. And
they would have enjoyed meeting teams from other countries as well. I know New Zealand was over there.
Yeah, we made friends with New Zealand. They were in the camp beside us at the carnival, and they taught us some new games and stuff in New Zealand lingo, which was nice. But yeah, a really good opportunity for those girls to get to know players from other countries, and the way they play their games a little bit different too. So interesting when we come up against them on court.
And definitely they represented the our league pretty well. I know there weren't too many Victorian teams up there, I don't think, so it would have been good for opportunity for them to represent the Big V and against some of the best in the state.
Yeah, that's true. There was only 3 from Victoria in our division, so yeah, flying the flag for the Vics, and the other Victorian teams did quite a good job as well. Quite a high standard of netball from our part of the world, but yeah, a great carnival all round.
Fantastic, certainly one to put on the calendar for those girls to get the opportunity, as we get the great opportunity to talk about what happened last week in A-Grade Netball. And we saw some really good games for round 12, and Lake Windaree and Ballarat fought out a pretty tight game. That ended up being a good contest there, with Lakers getting up by 1 goal, 48-47.
Yeah, great game of netball. Unfortunately, we weren't there to see it, but by all reports, it was a high display of good quality netball. And Eleni Hooper, just a quick mention, it was a shooters round. We had a lot of good shooting stats for the week, and Eleni Hooper's 35 goals from 39 attempts is obviously outstanding, and to shoot it above 90% certainly got her team over the line when they needed her to.
And we've seen some great performances from Ballarat this year, and they've been able to push a lot of those top sides, and it's no surprise that they really took the fight up to the Lakers.
Yeah, that's it. They have been quite competitive across the board, and they've got new coaching staff down there. They've got a couple of new recruits, and they're starting to gel together and become a really strong outfit towards the back end of this season. So I certainly expect that they'll challenge Sebas this week, and yeah, they could still push for that final 6 spot. Yeah,
they're sort of a game and a half out, but fingers crossed they can finish with a flurry and keep working hard. Bacchus Marsh too strong for Darley by 17 goals.
Yeah, it's a good win for Bacchus Marsh. They've been going really well. We expected them to win and win comfortably, so the result probably not too much of a shock there. Again, shooters round, Maddie Hodgson, 32 from 34 attempts, shooting at 95%, absolutely outstanding with that kind of pressure on you. And yeah, if you're shooting above 90%, we keep saying that you're going to be in it when you need to be.
Spot on, and lovely high scoring affair as well. Aggregate total of over 100 goals, always entertaining. And another game, probably as expected, the result, Redan were too strong for Melton.
Yeah, we keep talking about Melton as well. They're just chipping away. It's a bit of a development year for them. Good to see Redan back on the winners list. They haven't had a win for quite a while now, so good for them to get a win and start their rebuilding phase as well.
North Ballarat City taking out East Point in one of the big blockbusters of the round. I was confident the City would probably get the job done, but these two have formed a really good rivalry that's stretched back over the last few years.
Yeah, and again, it was another close game, and it always is between those two. They kind of find their best netball to come up against each other, and it's good that we have got such a strong rivalry between those clubs, and it's always a great game of netball. There's nothing malicious in it, which is nice. And again, Sasha McDonald, special mention to her, shooting at 100%, 32 goals from 32 attempts is just about unheard of. So congratulations on a great game.
Yeah, if you get over 30 goals and scoring that level, it's fantastic, and obviously been crucial in her side's win as well, which is really important. With City looking to have a big year, and they're sitting second on the ladder, and they're doing it really well for themselves.
Yeah, they are doing a really good job. We always say that if you're getting the ball in there, that's great, but you've got to make the most of your opportunities. And with the likes of Sasha in there, they've also got Poppy Douglas, who's shooting well, Maddie Salmon, another really strong shooter, juniors coming through the ranks. But yeah, they're getting a lot of opportunity and converting those opportunities, so they're going to be hard to beat towards the back end.
We're going to do a bit of cross-league promotion. When you look at some of those names you just mentioned, they are some of the young guns, and for a team that is second on the ladder, we look at Trentham for argument's sake. They're on top of the ladder, haven't lost a game in the MCDONL. Their best players, the bookends, are all 16-year-olds as well. So the talent that we've got coming through Goldfields are holding prominent roles in the A-grade sides and actually playing well in really good teams. Give them the opportunity and they'll take it with both hands.
Yeah, that's it. We pride ourselves on our junior programs across our 3 leagues, and for those junior players to go through our junior interleague programs and then make their way into the senior ranks is very exciting for everyone involved.
Fantastic. One of the other game to look at is Sunbury Lions, too strong for Melton South by 10 goals. I think, while South would be disappointed they didn't win, I think that's a pretty good effort from them against the Sunbury side that has been playing exceptionally well this year.
Yeah, they have been playing exceptionally well. It is good for South. South have been in some good form. They've got a couple of good wins on the board in the last couple of weeks, but by all reports, Sunbury were still at their usual best, and they were missing a couple of players. I know Amanda Cusack didn't play, and Renee Hull stepped in, and we constantly talk about the depth that Sunbury have, and that's the case again this weekend. It doesn't matter who they have in there with Ruth Smith, they seem to dominate. Yeah,
exactly right. So we've got some good games from last weekend, leading into a big round this weekend. Of course, it is Women in Football round, so certainly an exciting time. Everyone's enjoying getting up for this round. It's one of the best rounds on the calendar. First game we'll talk up, though, is Ballarat and Sebas. Can Ballarat keep its finals hopes alive by taking down Sebas, who are sitting on the fringes of 6?
Yeah, I think Ballarat will get the win for me. It's a bit of an upset, but Sebastopol, obviously, everyone knows what we get with Sebastopol. You've got the Cairn sisters, who are obviously outstanding. You've got good movement through their mid-court, and they've got strong defence, but I just think the youth and the way that Ballarat are playing at the minute will be too strong for Sebas, and they might come out a bit hungrier than what the Sebas girls were.
Yeah, I disagree with you. I think Sebas will be too good. They're coming in fresh off the bye and fresh off with a little bit of confidence and ready to go. But I think in the context of the competition, to put the league hat on, Ballarat probably need to win here, because then we've only got 2 points, or half a game separating 6th from 7th. So we like to see a really good close finish, and I know supporters from the outside would love to as well. So just from that perspective, it'd be good if Ballarat won, but yeah, you're on their band. You think they'll win. I think Sebas a bit too much class. I think either way we're going to see a great contest. Lake Windaree and Darley.
Yeah, Lake Windaree I think will be too strong. Darley have had an up and down sort of year. They haven't been able to get as many wins on the board as what they would have liked, and I think Lake Windaree are one of those teams that could really push for that second spot and towards the back end. So I would think Lake Windaree would be too strong. Their young shooters are sort of showing a lot of potential, and I know Mel Freeman's still doing everything right for Darley, but yeah, I think Lake Windaree will be too strong.
I agree with you on that one there. Melton South and Melton. Can Melton get its first win of the season, or will it be too much of a tough ask?
I think if ever there was a time they were going to get a win, I think it might be now. It's a good opportunity for them. A bit of a crosstown rivalry between the two clubs, which we like to see, and Melton will certainly come out all guns blazing, and given that Melton South have had a good couple of weeks, they might be ready to sort of have a bit of a break. So yeah, I'm going to go Melton in an upset.
Oh, your tight one will be well worth watching. And probably the match of the round, we've got North Ballarat City playing host to Bacchus Marsh.
Yeah, this will be huge, again, in the context of the ladder and with our league hats on. Probably ideal that Bacchus Marsh get the win, but I think North Ballarat will be too strong. Sasha McDonald, the McCartan sisters, Emma Church, the list goes on. They're just very, very strong across the board, and I think, yeah, they'll be too strong for the Bacchus Marsh outfit.
Of course, in the context of later positions, if Bacchus Marsh do win, they'll move up to second place, but it just opens up that sort of second spot where we could see maybe 3 or 4 teams jump up and take it. So if City get up, it'll open up that 6-point gap, which will make it pretty hard. The other teams will sort of be fighting amongst themselves. So I think for a good even competition, it'd be good if the Marsh get up. And the final game, Redan and Sunbury Lions, the pair have had some great rivalries in the past, but Redan, they're going to have to pull out all stops to win here.
Yeah, and Redan have a knack of be putting their best team on the court and getting best results against the stronger opposition. And I think back in round 1 they only won by 1 goal, Sunbury.
Yep.
So if they can play like that again, it's certainly theirs if they want it. But I just can't see with the current form that they're in, Redan getting the result in their favour.
I think for memory as well, when these two sides faced off last year, it might have been Redan that did beat Sunbury and gave them their only loss for the home and away season. Or it was something. I think it was a draw, and it goes to show you're spot on there. Redan lift themselves up against these sort of sides, and if we can see round 1 replicated again, this is going to be an absolute cracker.
Yeah, it is, and it would be great to see Redan come out with a bit of fire in the valley and show everyone how good they are, despite sitting towards the bottom end of the ladder. Spot
on. Well, this is it's going to be a great round of netball. Of course, it is women in football and a netball round. Grace, thanks so much for joining us again this week, and we look forward to catching up with you next week.
No worries.